And you can hear only the bloopers, right?
I can only hear the bloopers.
Excellent.
This has been a disaster of triumph and terror.
It's good.
Okay, moving on.
I'm going to do you the kindness of pretending you... Sorry, I went a little froggy there.
I'm also going to open my talkback while you're talking so I can continue to converse.
But he and Myrtle are staying far enough from downtown that I'm not worried about the riots getting out there. And you're right that checking into a hotel will call reporters down on us. And you're right that checking into
Let me do one more thing to make my life easier as we go through. Here we go.
I'm still not sure I should welcome you in my house. Have you I ran across the living room to the front door while Eugene dove for the phone. He did. Mode 1 Bravo got deployed between 3,000 meters and 30.5 kilometers. You can't see the launch site from the Lindholm's neighborhood. I couldn't tell him what to say about the riots, but I could coach him on the rocket failure. An International Aerospace Coalition rocket exploded during. Across the room, the door opened, and Director Clemens from the International Aerospace. Although I was always Clemens raised his brows as if he were baffled that I might have some use. Read the words that are actually on the fucking page. I know how valuable you are to Governor Morgan, and I don't want you to split. I swear all of the original male astronauts seem to have been... One more time. I swear all of the original male astronauts seem to have been selected, at least in part, for their photogenic qualities. I'm going to fix the stumble on quality.
Did you hear the cat?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, and she's also in here now.
As I rounded the enormous Cygnus 4 cockpit mock-up. As I rounded the enormous Cygnus 4 cockpit mock-up. Cockpit mock-up. Also, I should take this opportunity to remind you to review Oh, hi. Sorry, he's still barking. Forearms, chins. The United Nations...
Wait, let's go back to forearms and chins and figure out what that was all about.
The floor slammed into me. Forearms, chins.
Maybe that was just one of the things.
Yeah. Chins, yes.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, yeah.
The floor slammed into me. Forearms, chins. Chins, yes, multiples. The United Nations... That's from the hydraulic display. Failure. Thing. Clemens tapped the ash off the end of his cigar with more vigor than strictly necessary. My eyes popped. Whoa! Okay. Pulling off the cork released peat and the dark scent of heather on the dark resin over... Satellite sensor can check for plant life in oceans. In oceans. I know how to say that word. The drifting plant life, not... I looked up at the wall on the clock. Yes, the wall. I looked up at the wall. In the nature of things, as soon as I stepped out of the phone booth, the doctor walked into the waiting room. My husband straightened. Win. Win. He lay under the hospital bed. Poor guy, falling out of it, just under the bed. There isn't a damn thing she can do from Mars, so his right to make this map.
That's a good one.
Brazil helps USA with a really big number. It brought to more than $700 million the amount of financial assistance extended I need to go back to Topeka. My agent, colleague, person thing that I take mine with sure. I take mine with sure. Agent Whitaker stopped scribbling and lifted his head from his job. They didn't want to talk to me about Icarus, and they didn't want me to worry my pretty. Speed took priority today, and I could job up them. Yes. Speed took priority today, and I could jog up. Speed took priority today, and I could jog up them in. God damn it! Any.
Sorry, I had a mouthful right at that moment. And I had to stop from spitting it all over my keyboard. That was pretty funny. God damn it.
Any update to Nicole? Nicole is not the next line in this sentence, and also she would not speak about herself in third person. Governors. Yes, there's multiple Governors Worgen. Figuring that I had time to stop by.
And now there are multiple Governors Worgen. So it's actually...
No, she skipped straight over Governor and went right
Oh,
to
that's
President.
right, she did. That's right.
Figuring that I had time to stop by the bathroom and towel off a little, or at least wipe out my pits. The blessed air conditioning smacked me in the face with welcome cold air, and I fainted. 8. Big saving.
I think that was just a thing that I kept until, in case I needed it. So,
Tell me I remote. There. Tell me I remote. There. I'll let Dr. Bork. 3 states ravaged by rain and tornadoes call on to keep my heels from clicking against the Or do you really think that you're able to crack a code while on morphine? Or do you really think that you'll be able to crack a code while on morphine? Or do you really think that you're able to crack a code while on morphine? Will Elma notice if you don't write that? The sigh he gave sounded more pained than anything the surgery had triggered. Cyclone in But people were too gone. I was beginning to wonder if you'd make it. And I wouldn't need to push so hard if they hadn't put up those. I'd seen what that seed of potential mourning did to the members of the Lady Astronauts Husbands Club. Just astronauts. Oh. We could use a code if it... We'd better hurry or we'll be late for lunch, for church, for someplace that we're going that is not here. At times, I have felt hypocritical reciting these words. But mostly because I loved being pressed into my seat and feeling the plane's response. The maneuvers weren't enough to clear my head. I was too conscious of the other women in the cabin.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nothing.
But each country hell. The 99s used to have an unspoken rule that they didn't accept Negroes, which is why there were so many Negro aeronautic clubs in the United States.
Yeah, it's a nothing.
Yeah.
Dr. Roland R. Cross, State Health Director, disclosed. That's a word that we are very excited about introducing to you, our listening readers.
Our listening readers. That one's classic.
Declosed. That's a word that we are very excited about introducing to you, our listening readers.
That's a highlight.
Oh, yeah.
He measured salt into the bowl and began while we are paused. He measured salt into the bowl and started mashing the garlic with a pair with a. He measured salt into the bowl and began mashing the garlic with a pair of forks. Forks. I didn't feel relief or delight or anything except despair. Despair is not a word. Clineth.
Clineth. I don't think this is a thing. Let me listen.
For unknown reasons, the Brazilian spaceport was called Barreiro do Inferno. Literally, the barrier to hell.
Yeah, no.
There's a captain in the background of that one, but
Oh, okay.
When I'm on the...
I think that was actually Captain just now.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, it sure was. All right. Well, then that was just not a thing. Here we go.
When I'm on the moon... When I'm on the moon, I promise to... I think I might need to... 2 minutes down. We had a vacation house where we'd escaped the Sims. Nathaniel had made a joke about that early on, and it stuck as official nomenclature. Nathaniel had made a joke about that early on, and it stuck as official nomenclature. Nomenclature, yes. That's when you name something in order to hold it. It's a technique popularized by Ursula K. Le Guin in Wizard of Earthsea, when Ged uses nomenclature to hold back. Okay, under normal circumstances.
It sounds a bit like under normal circumstances.
Oh,
normal.
Under normal circumstances, we're stopping the clock at 43. Past 3 rows of helmets and launch couches. Designed to fly in only vacuum.
I don't know what that is.
nope.
ALAD control circuit breakers.
I don't know what that is either.
I got it backwards.
It would be small.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So,
It would be small.
Go ahead.
Oh, so blooper, but not funny.
Gotcha.
It felt like keep the comm lines. Lunar ground control. There. The comms went dead silent, as if we had all simultaneously held our breath. The ship swayed with each pulse of the thruster while Kurt thought there. I grabbed my I don't even know what word I was trying to say.
You're Irksy.
My Irksy.
We had trained to
It's an Irksy moment.
egress via
Oh, there you go.
We had trained to egress via a rappel line. But I may need a spotter on the lander. But Anna Teresa clipped onto the rope and went bearing witness as the rocket continued in its This crash was apparently due to the same retro thruster. This crash was apparently due to the same retro thruster that stuck on Lunar's This crash was apparently due to the same retro thruster that stuck. Eugene, Myrtle, or Nicole, possibly Helen. I don't want to suspect the people at the IAC either. It's different for us. For the full-timers, I mean. The trip home for our son's graduation was the first time we've been back on Earth in... The excuse me. The administrator...
Was that a blooper?
I think I burped.
Excuse me.
You did.
Oh, excuse me.
Got it. Okay.
The administrator of the lunar colony slept his dishwater hair. My brain went over the moon to have an actual study to break. Le restaurant. It looked like the Arnolds had painted... Sorry.
Yeah.
If they wanted to cause trouble, they had prior opportunity. Unless, of course, they were a recent recruit, or this was all timed to coincide with activity on Earth. Actually, you know what? Since I know I'm going to correct... Hey! She kicked my chair over. And now I am French. I do not know why. I pulled the glossy paper. Coming down at an angle against... But I am so excited to hear B. Now I sound like Cookie Monster. Oh, but...
With a touch of Yoda thrown in.
Right.
The battery-powered light was an attenuated yellow and gave a jaundiced color, tint, hue. I checked the delta V pressure. I could have fouled the CO2 scrubbers and in the. It is too late to depart. It's there. I sat next to Wafia's murmuring snippets of conversation.
Conversation. Some people from different countries talk.
Conversation. We could use some more conversation now.
I think so.
I nestled the phone. None of them should have sent a sound back into our call. I tried to laugh it off, but Helen is smart enough to... Are you missing a favorite chess player, partner, person? When the base was new, we'd slept in bunks. Shifting the... A giant braided room softened the rug. A giant braided room softened the rug.
You're just gonna keep playing that for me.
I just wanted to appreciate it because the first time I didn't quite get it. I understood the first time that I needed to enjoy the second one.
Yes.
I tucked the log efficiently securing. Efficiently securing. Oh, for fuck's. It depends on how quickly they Depends on how quickly they decontaminate the spaceport. Okay. I hurried down the corridor in the admin mod and dashed through Frisch's outer office. I've got a pilot for you. I hurried down the corridor in the admin mod and still in their accordion film. The short timers is.
I wish I had thought someone should figure out whether you're mostly on the same scale or not. I'd be curious.
The short timers whose stories up are already delayed because of the trashy rocket.
Someone did suggest taking all of the parts in which I am singing and stringing them together into a single tune. Potentially with some auto-tuning, but...
Yes, that may have to be left for a different day. However,
Yes.
That might be a tad time-consuming.
That might be.
But I like the idea.
Yeah.
President Dinley's housing advisors are studying two significant departures from past present. Since the time zones for that worked out.
Someone asked if I have a MIDI keyboard. I don't have a MIDI keyboard. I just use a computer keyboard and a programmable mouse. But if you mean, could I tune it or play a tune with it? Yes, I do. I have a tiny little MIDI keyboard. I just don't use that for this, but I do use that in music stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yes, we could sample it. Yes.
Yes, we could. Whether or not we will, very different question.
What if... How many cases? No, that's terrible. That's really bad acting. What? No.
These are all just timing things that I was using, so we don't need those. Here's the next one.
Very good, sir. Very good, sir.
That's right. This was your favorite.
That'd be a good text message one too. I need your attention.
And I've known you how long? I swear to God, you're lucky I don't bend you over my knee and try to knock the sense your mama gave you back into place.
I don't know.
Administrator. Coincidences. Although I believe I was invited in your honor as I was one of the few unaccompanied gentlemen in attendance. President Dinley was courteous.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
I wiped my face over my hand. Yes, you did. Ooh. Fernando Botero had chiseled a smooth, haunting figure out of lunar basalt. It had the rounded curves of her fertility. She tilted the thin paper. It would be part of the fleet carrying colonists to the moon. The Israeli rabbinate had been involved in the design and construction, hoping to establish guidelines in approving and maintaining a kosher section on spacefaring vessels. I tried to swerve, but my foot seized as if I'd stepped on a nail. On the moon, it's easy to forget that I have arthritis in my feet, because I only weigh 1/6. I only weigh a sixth. Because I only weigh...
Yeah.
Catalina looked at the cards as if she... She wiped her trousers off on her hands. Do you think the... An outbreak of paralytic An outbreak of paralytic poliomyelitis. He was on my... Do jeito que conversamos. Eu ainda acho que você está sendo uma nini.
These are just ones I saved from, yeah.
Yeah, this is...
Mais para você?
Yeah, that's just...
Yeah.
And this is 2, so we'll skip.
You're his secretary. Eu ainda acho que...
Oh, no, this is all just stuff I kept for...
Do jeito que conversamos.
No.
I was not confined to...
We got a loop.
Now you just need to throw some of the tunes on top of it. Papa.
Along with our flock of lunar chickens, and in their place were 6 of the polio patients. Some of them only had a little muscle weakness. Others were worse. Now pull. That's right.
That's just a saver.
Yeah.
She made a loud raspberry of a snort. Use the centrifuge. Few, 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 few.
It's all coming together.
It's so good. Oh, God.
Close. It takes a little more polishing, I think. But.
Jean dropped back.
Okay.
Anna Teresa. She made a loud raspberry of a snort. Use the centrifuge.
There it is. Okay.
Anna Teresa set the crate by Guillermo and threw the blankets back. Let me do that one more time. The hall at the other end of the hall, just outside sickbay proper, one of the nutritionists rested. Oh dear God, why do I do these things? Eugene dropped back.
Didn't hear anything with that one.
You're not hearing that?
I just heard the bark, bark, bark.
That's your stomach. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
He waited until they were blah. Only once, because they kept the Tuskegee. The death toll from the flood in Herat and Weftern is a very interesting direction to go. No, I know how to fly. That is Is it possible that Eugene made that Mikey made? Eugene sounded as though he knew exactly what drinking water right now. 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 Drinking water right now.
It's like something out of Annie Lennox, or I don't know.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
And it stinks. And suddenly Birgit is Irish. And it stinks. Polio is one thing, but that ointment makes me doubt your judgment. It's not even remotely correct for her. Oh.
I don't know what that's from.
I don't either. I have no idea.
Let's see. I wonder if there's some context.
Probably only saved because Birgit said, oh. Probably.
No idea.
That's better.
Which rose from the mare Imbrium cloaked in black velvet. During the 2-week night by earthlight, the moon is a fairy landscape filled with blues and... We said mare, didn't we? An official announcement is expected early next week with an agreement. And the feds had decided to trust none of them. Discarding the worn, sweaty seal in a biohazard bag, I leaned back and looked toward the screen that we'd cobbled together from some bedsheets and a couple.
Okay.
Then knowing about a false lead would be useful. The trick would be figuring out which it was. Would you show him the ropes? Would you show him the ropes? Would you show
Stomach.
You good?
Yeah.
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
I have not had this much anxiety about. That was an airplane. I was getting flat. Imelda showed. And it was the wrong accent. And it was a mule's ass, not rump. Oh, God damn it. Let me try that one more time. There was something I needed. I covered. No. Sounded more like people talking about favorite fets.
Favorite fets.
She wrinkled her nose.
Favorite fets.
Favorite fets. Those are the parties that you go to. The fets you attend, where they dance the pavan.
Where people who put down pavers often attend.
Yes. Yes.
In fact, the best ones in the industry attend. That's why they're the favorite fets.
The favorite fets. That's correct.
She wrinkled her nose at the smell. She wrinkled the Late last night, a malfunction of the Late
That one's great.
Myrtle. I try to be a supportive wife by providing you with news water. I try to be a supportive wife by providing you with news sensational enough. Why is that hard? By providing you with news sensational enough. Providing you with news sensational. Oh, for fuck's sake. Enough. Sensational enough. Okay.
Why did that take so long?
I just let it keep rolling until you stopped talking. I was like, hey, this is gold.
Canadians. Weather Bureau preparing with health. Eugene's voice made me drump. Yes. Made me drump. Yes. Made me drump. Yes. Made me drump. Plaster cast rasping against the cup.
I think we can call the song Made Me Drump.
Yeah, I think maybe.
I pressed the phone against my ears. Ear singular. When I walked away from Birgit, I'll admit that my actual impulse... I opened the gallery to the door. I froze on my toes. Oh, for fuck's sake, really? I froze on my toes. Your knife. I brought my attention around to focus on her. My food tipped and fell behind me. God damn it, I don't want to... All of the business of death written on the pages inside so I would not have to think. All of the business... Okay. Chief of Police, Alex Charlemagne. I could fall back on listening to them. I had not eaten anything since the tube of apple. That left us with a. He hooked the hammock into one of the mechanical. She rested her hand, in the way that it was. Anna Teresa wheeled on me with a small. Ana Teresa wheeled on me with a small saw in her hands. You can stitch that together and fix it, right? You're not firing on... Why that do? I pressed my forehead. I'll set up the adrenaline flooded water. Grab a nap. Which, I mean, honestly, that does not sound like a bad thing. Myrtle shook her head. That's just referring to removing that. The difference between that earlier report. Ha. Eugene sat at the head. Can you take a look at a tablet for me?
I don't know what that was.
Sighing, I slid my brand new reading glasses. And then there are ones where have to make the plan. Ah, shit! I held my watch out where we... She stepped over to the table with the parts they'd pulled out of the OPCM. This is what we swapped out. While still... I made the mistake of looking at the... I had a dark period in which I wondered if that was why you never took sugar in your tea. With your tea. God damn it. No response from satellite on low-link gain. The doors stood wide open and all the chairs...
That was just low gain link, I think.
Oh, yeah.
That was just a flip-flop.
Yep.
The doors stood wide open and all the chairs were still shoved...
Elsie?
A sheet of papers covered with numbers was under the chairs, and I knelt to grab it, grateful to have some pretext so I could wipe my eyes again without everyone seeing me weep. Oh, there's no again in that sentence. If he'd still been lucky... Eugene's shoulders convulsed once, tense. They have not lost They have not lost power, but did lose comms for everything, for anything, for all the things, for some things, for nothing. When we did the inventory of potential explosives, so didn't my brothers, so didn't my brothers were Birgit's eyes blinked rapidly. Water. They revised it after our rock... As a reminder, I am the... This is better than curtain. Tasked comms department with confirming that due to aerosine corrosion from the lunar crash. Due to aerosine Earth rotates, so there are 3 large radio disks. Hell, if I'd been allowed to fly, He lowered his head to the side, eyes narrow.
I don't know what that was.
A lot of our phone calls are updates on what's happened. A lot of our updates are on what's happened.
Yeah.
I kept going as if he weren't protesting. I don't know why I just put the emphasis there. Busy bees fit in the cargo bays of the Translunar Shiners. The Translunar Shiners. It's a small circus that You sleep with that? Sorry, I put the emphasis in the wrong spot. But the regular business of the colony needed to recontinue? Yes. Near the line for cafeteria, a scuffle had broken out. That's great, but I'm more concerned of... More than a little. I do not like these... There was no... There was...
Is that the dog? Yeah, that was the dog.
Okay, good. I'm like,
If we were lucky,
stomach dog, I can't tell anymore.
That was the dog.
If we were lucky, Icarus had parked it someplace and never... I suppose there's a possibility... I suppose there's a possibility... Mom was a sculpture. Heading to the night.
Oh, that was just classic.
Kurt will see.
Here we go.
Kurt will see. Kurt will see you. You can frisk me before. I dragged the moment forward out of my memory and saw the June Firth.
Oh, we didn't get the entire June Firth.
Sorry, we did
sister
not.
of
I don't
Colin
think so.
Firth. That's okay.
Sister of Colin. No.
Yes.
It's on the stream.
Yeah.
So that could perhaps. I'd meant for that to be a joke since neither was available.
Just sounds so tired. Oh, hello, kitty.
You did not let... The Pliss had 38 kilograms of mass, and even if it only weighed 8... He's lucky it wasn't in you. No. Make her actually laugh. But it was enough to get me up the 9 ladder rungs to the porch But it was enough to get me up the 9 ladder rungs to the porch of the descent stage.
I don't know what
the 9 ladder rungs. That just parsed funny. The 9 ladder rung.
Ah.
Yeah, we got that. But still.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Evie. I wasn't the one who would have to deal with the consequences. Technically, the worst that could happen was the micrometeorite vital at exactly the wrong angle and the vehicle had shorted. But my mom survived 3 lightning strikes and my suit.
Nope.
It was still tuned to suit broadcast settings, and we got an earful of hum over our comms as the two... Permit me to say that you have had us up... Eugene glanced at me. Eugene might be Myrtle glanced at me, not Eugene. Eugene can't because he's in the colony and they're in a ship, so it's very different. Permit me to say that you had us a little worried. Sorry about that. The sites were all clear of signs of...
I don't think that's a thing, actually.
No.
It's a big old chunk, so...
Yeah.
Helen's revolt. Helen.
No.
As far as Eugene was concerned, the rest of the Do you want to spend time talking about a vengeance? And the lunar colony had settled into something that looked like normal. Busy. He was clarying. I know I need a crew that is... Myrtle's... Oh, for fuck's sake. Over the comm, Myrtle's voice was a soothing presence. And the trans-Earth...
Is that it?
Nope.
Okay.
And the trans-Earth... His touch was delicate, as if he were a violinist and the trans-lunar shuttle were a Stradivarius. On my white... If I looked over my right shoulder, I would see one of the bodyguards who followed me everywhere in public. Hard to tell. My work is here, doing the work. My place is here. God damn it. My world can...
That's not even a blooper.
Spotted by the Chandrian.
I love it, though.
Self-starvation with a goal of... Self-starvation... Yes. I still bobbled that a little, didn't I?
Yeah.
Fear of gaining weight that may be...
Okay, that's it.
Okay. Whew.
I did assemble some of your musical greatness in one little chain here.
I did see that you were doing that.
Not a lot. Just I only picked up on it after about halfway through, but
Yeah.
sequentially.
Made me drum.
There you go.
What? Drinking water right now. Would you show him the ropes? That was an airplane. Myrtle. Made me jump? Yes. Fly, 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 fly.
That's just a sampling of your musical. You could definitely build a pretty cool track with that.
Yeah.